Hi, welcome to the Brief Book Reviews channel, otherwise known as An Old Guy Reviews the Book that he's read this week. So what's the old guy read this week? Well, the book I've read this week is called Bad Men by author Mae Cohen. The publicity blurb for this book tells us that Mae Cohen is the darker, funnier side of author Julie Cohen. It says on the front that it's a BBC Radio 2 book club pick, so I thought it was worth a go. Released here in the UK on the 20th of July 2023. So what's it all about, I hear you say? Well, the front cover probably is a bit of a giveaway. It says, it's a tough job, but someone's got to kill them. And this is the story of Safi, full name Seraphina Huntley Oliver. Safi lives in London. She's well educated, she's bright, she's very wealthy, she's an heiress. She sits on the board of several charities, but she's got a bit of a hobby. And that hobby is that she's a serial killer. She's a feminist serial killer. She only kills bad men that deserve to be killed. Safi, however, has got a bit of a secret. And believe it or not, the secret is not that she's a serial killer, it's that she fancies a true crime podcaster. His name's Jonathan. Jonathan is an author by trade, but has set up a true crime podcast. And as part of his podcast has helped someone who was convicted incorrectly free. So Jonathan has written books, and the book starts off with Safi attending one of Jonathan's book signings and coming up with a plan to get closer to Jonathan, who she fancies. Jonathan, however, has got other problems. He's written a couple of books, he's got a podcast, and it's become, it's taken up his whole life. So he's just about to separate from his wife Amy, and he's also obsessed with a recent serial killer called the bin bag killer, someone who leaves parts of his victims in bin bags. Jonathan is somewhat perturbed to find that on his doorstep is a bin bag one morning, and it's got body parts in it. So that story progresses, and Jonathan finds out who the bin bag killer is, and during that process is injured. Jonathan has had enough. He basically legs it to a quiet cottage in Scotland. He says, that's it, no more podcasting, I'm going to think about what I'm doing. His agent, Yeti, is chasing him to write a book about the bin bag killer. But a certain twist occurs when the bin bag killer on remand says, yeah, there were 6 people killed, but I only killed 5 of them. And Jonathan has gone from being a witness to helping capture the bin bag killer to a suspect. All of a sudden, people close to Jonathan are receiving threats. And thus, we have a tidy little murder mystery that unfolds to find out who was the murderer of the 6th alleged victim of the bin bag killer. And Safi finds herself both pursuing Jonathan as a love interest, but also trying to help him get through this problem of finding out who the murderer was. So it's a very tidy little murder mystery. It's got lots of wry humour. Obviously, the subject, the main character in the book is a serial killer, so you've always got that problem of should I really be rooting for this person who's a serial killer? It's almost Dexter-esque, if you will. But a very tidy, a very good, very well written book. Only 351 pages. I'd give it 8 out of 10. I'd say it's definitely worth a holiday read, worth a read on a train or a long journey like that, or on a plane. Nice and tidy mystery. I guess if there's any criticism, anybody that thought that the entire book would be, a feminist slant on a feminist serial killer, there is quite a lot of the book focuses on Safi's love interest, Jonathan, and his problems and his issues with the true crime podcast and finding the murderer, etc. But nevertheless, well written book. There's a sideline of Safi's sister Susie, who lives in London, and her waster of a boyfriend. And let's face it, it's always a bit dodgy when your girlfriend's sister is a serial killer, but such is life. So as I said, I give it 8 out of 10. It's a well-written, nice, tight, easy to follow murder mystery. Nice little twist at the end. And that's it. So definitely recommend this one. I'd give it 8 out of 10. 10 till we do it again. Thanks for watching. Bye.